All right, everybody, we are live. We're going to get this show on the road. But you know how we do it. We gotta play that jam. We got to play the jam. Here we go.
Torch. And friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah.
About to go down, y'all.
Round and around and around, yeah. When love goes around, it comes around, it comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, oh, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Torch. DJ Torch. Friends. It's about to go down. Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love, yeah. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down.
Jason's about to start this party off.
Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah. Love goes around. We share. We
All right.
laugh, we
This is
grow.
Flowzard in the house.
Respect
Angela Reddick. Good seeing you.
Love goes around. That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you. DJ Torch and friends, round and round and round it goes, love goes around.
All right, everybody. This is DJ Torch on the ones and twos tonight. Got a good show. We have a great show for you tonight. Want you to check this out. Let's get it started. I was feeling a little bit nostalgic tonight. Let's start it off.
And the pot calls the kettle black,
Asia Bryant
calls the kettle burnt,
Wilkinson.
calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her.
What he get?
Says she's so black, she is everything. So black, she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says, ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says knock if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, that was Adrian Bryant Wilkerson on the ones and twos. Well, on the microphone, actually. But let's get to my man right here. Let me tell you, he's going to break it down for everyone and anyone. I'm in the mix on this video too. So let's get right to it. We're going to get down right now. This gentleman here is... Wait. Let me get some volume on this. Get some volume. I'm going to get some volume up on this. Just a little bit. A little bit too late giving... What? That's not what I want. Let's get it back there. How's everybody doing this Saturday night? This is not going to be a really long, well, who knows how long this live stream is going to be, but we're going to go right now. Here we go. This gentleman here is a little bit too late giving the other gentleman some advice, but we're going to check it out right now. We're going to check it out right now. Here we go. Here we go.
I've been asked many times about my thoughts regarding Shannon Sharp's current situation, but as a principled man of the Most High, speaking only about his actions would be like cutting off a branch but expecting to uproot the tree. Therefore, let's address the root issue. Men are rarely taught sexual self-control. See, when boys grow up without comprehensive men modeling...
I mean, right there, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, y'all. I need to play that over again. I need to play that over again.
I've been asked many times about my thoughts regarding Shannon Sharp's current situation, but as a principled man of the Most High, speaking only about his actions would be like cutting off a branch but expecting to uproot the tree. Therefore, let's address the root issue. Men are rarely taught sexual self-control.
The sad thing is you have to be taught it. It should be natural, but for some men it isn't. And it is the core to most men's downfall. Core issue. Let's let this brother break it down a little bit more. Here we go.
See, when boys grow up without comprehensive men modeling manhood, we copy whatever message is the loudest. I know this because I lived through it, mentored by a culture that told me or taught me that bros ought to be before hoes and money over bitchs, and it ain't no fun if my homies can't have none. Ashamedly, I too even produced artists that proclaimed that same objectifying and misogynistic message.
Yep.
Men, whether we realize it or not, that kind of mentoring or misogynistic mentoring doesn't just shape how we treat women, it poisons how we see ourselves. It programs us to objectify women and deactivate the emotions Yah gave us to genuinely love them. And to my Black brothers, I need you to grasp this. During slavery, we were reduced to breeders. We were labeled mandingos.
That's it. That's some bars right there. That's some bars right there.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Breeders. Breeders, tonight we're going to be talking about the problem that men have with their sexual urges and how it has damaged them, the community, and women all in one night. Let's get started with one of our favorite breeders, Cam Newton. Multiple single mother households. Let's break it down deeper. Here we go.
Well, as we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, Mr. Jason, we're going to say one love. When I say all together, we're going to say one love. I would have loved to have a question from the crew today with certain individuals, but that's going to have to wait. Yes, sir. As we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, we're going to say one love. When I say all together, we're going to say one love. When I say all together.
The funny thing about Cam is, and it kind of makes this show kind of interesting, is that, you know, he brings these people who are qualified on his show, you know, and they always make him upset. If you remember Dr. Bryant, and now he brings in another qualified person of psychology, let's say, and he has a problem with him too. Cam does not like to hear the truth. Jason told him the truth. Bryant told him the truth. And he don't like it at all. And he gets petty and angry and shit. But what you will notice is that he has a different kind of petty energy with Jason than he did with Dr. Bryant, you know, the woman, Dr. Bryant, who was on the show. And I find it quite telling and interesting. And it shows you the level of misogyny he has built in. These types of human beings, I mean, don't get me wrong, his accolades out on the field is excellent. They don't want him in any NFL anymore, and that's one of the and it's a root, and his behavior is one of the root reasons. But great football player. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
We're going to say what? One love. All right. It's going to look similar like this. We got your camera, or my camera right here, your camera right here, our camera right here. It's going to be one finger, then we're going to add the pinky, then add the thumb. And when I say all together, we're going to say what? One love. You ready? Here we go. One finger. You got to do it with me, brother. That's just the sign of love.
Okay, so I hear you. Can I share something else?
Please.
This symbol is called Mana Canuno. It's a satanic salute as well. Google it. So for me, listen.
Google the sign.
And it's something that Cam should have known long before he kept doing it. But at this moment in time, Cam is only worried about Cam. He's not worried about his show. He's not worried about what the sign means. He tries to redefine it as something else, but it doesn't matter. It's what it is. It was made before he might have been even born. Let's keep going. Here we go.
Listen to me. Listen. Cam, listen. Son, listen to me. I'm saying that not to judge you. You listening? I'm saying that I can't participate in that part, but I can't say one love. I'm just falling in line with my own convictions. Can we reset, son?
Yes, I got it.
Come on. You leaving me hanging?
Oh. But I just think sometimes
It's just a personal conviction.
I'm not trying to judge your personal conviction, but what I am also saying, you should consider the intentions. My intentions is not.
No, somebody goes Sig Heil or something like that. You don't consider the intentions. If somebody puts up a sign that I think everybody, whether you are religious or not, understand that the devil is bad. you do that. So basically the thing is that on a show that is well crafted, everything is looked over with a fine tooth comb. All Cam had to do was just roll with it. Okay, let's close the show out. And close the show out. And if you wanted to have this discussion after the show, it would have been better. But let's keep it going. Here we go.
It's not. Okay, let's reset. I know your intentions are good.
Okay.
You looking at me, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm serious.
Yes, sir.
I have to follow what is in me.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Satanists do that same salute. You can Google it. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't mean to you something different.
No, it is a universal
Love,
sign.
and that's awesome.
Love.
And that's awesome.
And I'm giving you love.
You know what you give me, love?
And the funny thing is that it's a universal sign to you. To everybody else, well, Cam, I mean, the thing is this is why Cam likes to fight battles all the time. It's better that you're fighting it on the field, but it's not as good when you're fighting it, especially when you're just trying to close out a show. Close the damn show out. Here we go.
Love through this.
Okay. There you go.
See, now, you know what's deep? Now I feel like I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to be holier than thou. It's just I used to teach classes on it, and I will, it's something that
Cam can be really bitter. That's the problem. Cam can be really bitter, and that's the basic issue. It sounds like to me that, Jason's being a little bit apologetic, but it's really not on him. It's really on Cam not knowing what the heck sign he's putting out. So let's keep it going. Here we go.
Here looking for something, right? We shouldn't be shaming nobody for what they're looking for. Now, we know some women's going to extort something.
Okay, let me go back. Here we go.
Right? You think that you're winning by having a roster, but she has a roster too. And y'all swapping DNA, and y'all swapping STIs, and y'all swapping HIV, and y'all swapping baby mamas and kids. But then I'm the weird one for saying that we need to follow God's way. I'm blue pill because I'm married. Y'all stupid. You actually don't see how y'all sound. No, bro, I'm red pill. I see how the world works. I'm married, so I pay less taxes. I'm married, so I always have support. I'm married, so there's a woman who's always gonna make sure that I'm doing good mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm married, so I got someone who's always praying for me. I'm married, so I got someone because I have a consistent woman. I'm not dealing with all these different women up in these streets, all this confusion, all this chaos, and we don't even know where she been. Y'all are not getting it. You were sold a lie. And you
basically that's the point that needs to be made. It's like, I think really, quite honestly, the manosphere and the red pill and hip hop and all, they don't want you. Those leaders don't want you to get it because, see, here's a funny thing. They want men to support men. All of the genres I just mentioned, they want men to support other men. They don't want you supporting a woman. If you start to get in a relationship with a woman or get married to a woman, you will not be giving these men your money. You will be giving that money to where it's supposed to go, to their family. It's supposed to go to making their woman happy, not spending money on them per se, but taking the money and saving it and putting it in the bank. They want these guys, these dudes, that includes the Kevin Samuels, that includes all the hip hop artists who have concerts and shit and sell records. They want you to give the money to them. They want dudes to give money to dudes. These dudes want your money. Diddy wants your money. Jay-Z wants your money. That's what makes them the red pill, because they want your money. That's what it's all about. It's about deflecting money to somebody else. It's about deflecting money away to where it's supposed to go. It's about deflecting money out of the community. Just because you're supporting a hip hop artist, 90% of the time, their money goes out to somebody else who's not in the community. And it's funny that y'all haven't picked up on this. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
You fell for it, so now you got to sit in that. You got to sit in that filth, because now your life gonna look real filthy. I'm keeping it real, bro.
So the reason I asked that is I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about 1.5 years. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life.
Now, you have to understand this. Do not come at me saying that this isn't what the red pill is about. Actions speak louder than words. And the words are part of the action. You heard what it is. The thing is this is what you have to understand is I don't understand is that how are you calling, let's be straight, Black women, 304s and all this kind of stuff, and you've been given walking orders to go pretty much bang anything that has a pulse, and have the crazy hypocrisy to literally call a woman who has literally at least half the numbers, if not 1/3 the numbers you do, a 304. Let that sink in for a minute and then and simmer in it for a while. Here we go.
And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved.
Break something down. You don't have to be extremely religious or anything like that. This is just this man's point of view. But the bottom line is this: being good is being good. You know when you're being a dog. That's what we used to call men that were 304s back in the day. Women would call them dogs because they would sleep with anybody, everybody, everywhere, anytime, all the time, and treat women bad. We used to back in the day call them dogs. I think I'm going to bring that back. Here we go.
Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier. But I felt...
Congratulations, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray, because I'm a walking example of it. And I think you're significantly damaging people, and especially you're leading people away from morality. Women are not sex objects. Women are created in the image of God, and they are valuable.
So pretty much you get the point. Most men that leave the red pill don't respect the red pill anymore because they wake up. It's really red pill is really red pill in reverse. And this guy right here, he kind of explains it to you, but listen closely. Listen to what he says.
If it's not dying, and it's truly already dead. Now, the truth is, when we talk about the red pill, what is the red pill, right? Right, family? The red pill really goes back to understanding the world that you're living in. So we're talking about, for example, the movie The Matrix, right? So the red pill gave Neo the capabilities to seeing beyond the veil, right? Seeing beyond the veil, right? Like what you see in this world, there's always more to it, and there's always a deeper reason for why things are happening. So the red pill gives you a deeper understanding for how the world works. The blue pill kind of keeps you in the illusionary world. This video is not an attack on the red pill, okay? Because the true definition of red pill, I would be that. Understanding the world, a person that wants to understand deeper philosophies of the world and how it works on a significantly deeper level. Here's where it went astray. Now we're starting to try to understand women. You have these content creators coming up, creating content on women and trying to understand women. And the problem is it went too far. It went too far, and it has definitely ruined a generation of men. It went from...
That's my point exactly. I couldn't explain any better than this. Basically, this is the point of view of red pill for me. It's thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box means that you're thinking of what's not the norm.
Understanding the world, and then we brought it down and we said, let's just understand women. And so it's good to understand women. I think that men should.
It's good to understand women. You want to understand where women are coming from. You will learn more. You will be happier more if you understand where women are coming from. That's if you don't want to use them, than if you try to manipulate them. And really, quite honestly, all the red pill manosphere is a hotbed for trying to, in a very, very toxic way, manipulate women.
Should understand women. I think that it should be common knowledge that women are looking for security, safety. They're looking for a man that's able to provide. But then you think that that's all there is. So you think that a woman is only looking for you for your pockets. And that's how these podcasters will start to sound. That's how these YouTubers will start to sound. They get cynical about the world. They get pessimistic about relationships. They get pessimistic about marriage. But I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow.
And that's the ironic thing. First, they want to call y'all red pill want to call women 304s and stuff. And now you vow not to get married and vow just to keep manipulating women into bed. That's the funny part. So you guys want to be the hoes. Is that what it is? You dudes want to be the hoes. So you're mad at women that are competing with you for being in 304s too? Which is a very, very, by the way, which is a very, very small community, by the way. Y'all try to make it sound like it's every other woman, and it's not. So let's keep it going. Here we go.
So Erasmus, he helped promote the education of women. Don't you think that was the worst thing ever to happen when we started educating women? What you guys think? Was it good or bad to educate women?
This is a teacher talking to a classroom. And this young man here is recording the teacher, because you might need to take some notes home with you, right? So he's recording the teacher, and this teacher is talking some red pill bullshit right here.
Good. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Someone still stuck today.
Was it good or bad to educate women?
Bad.
Why?
Because we don't need it. I don't know.
Because this is a man's world.
Yeah.
The teacher said, this is a man's world, isn't it? Talking all belligerent and ignorant as heck. I'm sure he got to talk to from the principal.
And women are not supposed to know no more than we let them know.
Yeah.
Don't you feel the same way, Harlow?
I don't.
You don't?
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Are you crazy?
What's happening?
Man, he said, don't you
Why do you think women should be educated?
Why should they?
They're killing me. Because it's a man's world.
But you let women know too much, then they're boss.
Look, it's making this young man here who has some morals nervous, because it's like, what the heck? What in the heck did I get myself into?
No, because it takes two to tango. A man can't produce a baby, so.
Man, trying to produce is about control. I don't want my wife to know nothing. I don't want what I tell her.
You cheating on her? You cheating on her? You cheating on her?
No, but I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know just very little. So
he's saying that he tells his wife very little. He doesn't want his wife to know nothing. The young lady in there, she goes, "You cheating on her?" and he lied to her and said no.
Control a paycheck, tell her when to eat, sleep.
What the heck?
Yeah, right.
Oh. This dude is in there teaching red pill. Ain't that a shame? That is a doggone shame, ain't it? That's a doggone shame. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Remember Shannon Sharp?
This dating thing.
Remember Shannon Sharp? Now, this is Shannon Sharp, by his behavior, told me the type of person he is, which I will not tell you directly, but you will figure it out. But certain types of men cannot, and some women too, of course, but certain types of men, because we're talking about men, right? They have a certain trait that will not allow them, no matter how much the house burns down, to take responsibility for their own actions that caused the fire. Let's listen. Here we go.
It's different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
You trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Let me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime. Oh, you don't need no 20.
You remember this? You remember this, right? Well, anyway, let's break it down.
Do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Now that the smoke is cleared, Shannon Sharp is down calling out a lot of his fake friends, and he's not saying names too much, but last night on Nightcap,
Fake friends, they was friends when they told him not to mess around like he did. That was the friend part. When we say fake friends, we have to put that in quotation marks, because basically, come on now. Now, I don't know about this dude right here. I don't know if he told him what to do, but other people did. They told him that he's not supposed to mess around with kids. Tricks are for kids. But let's make it clear. He took himself down. That call about, oh yeah, that old girl, she played him. No, he played himself.
he was really going in, and he was like really saying that he was going through it for the last year. And, you know, in this situation, a lot of people that he thought that would have his back, a lot of people he thought that would be down with him, they haven't made.
Monique told him not to date kids. You know, my man right here, he told him not to, you know, to watch out if you date outside. He dated outside and he dated kids. Boom. And he did some weird shit too. Angela Regler says 30 plus years ago, graduating classes of teachers at Catholic colleges took an oath to do no harm or bring shame to their students and school districts. Bars.
No phone calls. They haven't checked up on them. You know, they turned their back.
What's to check up on? They ain't getting near that. See, this is the funny thing. They have been giving you in YouTube land. Everybody sees this as like 1 month before he gets into trouble and all this. These people have been telling him. I guarantee you, multiple people have been telling him, "Look, bro, that ain't right. You're playing around with kids. You're doing this weird SUL stuff." And no, we're not in that camp. And then he gets mad because nobody wants to be around somebody with that kind of bad luck. Shoot, they're not supposed to say they're not his Captain Save, you know, whatevers.
Some even came out in the public and really went against him, right? And Shannon said, "I seen it all, right? I got eyes. I've been seeing that." We know that Shannon fell from grace last year when he got caught up in this scandal with the 22 or 23-year-old Gabrielle Zuniga.
She was 19 at the time. These R. Kelly, Diddy, now Shay Sharp sympathizers get on my last nerves and then bounce on them twice on the way out.
Right? She accused him of doing some horrible things, right? Shannon tried to.
He did.
Settle out for like $10 million. We know that he had a situation some years ago with some woman that that she alleged that he did some bad things to her. Here's a relationship. Now, mind you, these are all W women, right? These are sisters. These are all W women that's accused him of doing these horrible acts. Now, we know that when he was accused in the past, that case.
Oh, but the funny thing is that I'm glad you brought that up, sir. If it's all W women that did, accused him of all this, then why are your friends dissing black women and endorsing the dating of other types of women? That's a funny thing. See, these dudes, they get them on that.
He was thrown out. It never reached court. It was thrown out. But when this Gabrielle Zuniga stuff came back, she tried to come back. Well, we know that he eventually settled. This woman got a big bag, right? A large bag. And a lot of people really was going at Shannon. And Shannon was saying...
They was mad at him because he did the stupid stuff. Look, when he was getting signed for $100 million, why didn't it pass through his mouth and mind? Why didn't it pass through to say, you know something? Maybe I should be a little bit more, conservative with my behavior. See, people take the word conservative and just think it has to do with politics, but it also has to do with behavior. If you want to be a wild and wacky and everything, fine. And then when you lose that $100 million deal and then have to shell out another, 25 mil, that conservative idea mentally sure sounds like a good idea. That's why I don't believe in these red pill dudes saying they're conservatives, because they're freaking not. Flying to other places of the world to go to red light districts is not a conservative mode. Sleeping around is not a conservative mode, mentally conservative mode, not politically. So to call yourself conservative and being red pill or being a passport bro is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous falsity. Here we go.
I seen all this. Now, mind you, Shannon was warned when he had Monique on the show. And Monique told him, as you can see in the beginning, Monique told him, leave them young gals alone. He was warned by Cat Williams, but he was arrogant and he wasn't listening to nobody.
We're done here. He was arrogant and didn't listen to nobody, and that's why nobody is around him. Nobody is calling him. There's nothing to call him for. He's a hot potato, and not in a good way. A hot potato, what do you need to do? You need to drop him. And a mom in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
I liked Kevin Samuels until I did an interview with him.
I think everybody likes
I like Kevin Samuels until I found out who he was and what he's meant standing for. Now he's basically the worst thing that happened to a lot of men and women. The worst thing. Competing with Diddy. Worst thing that could happen.
Until that interview.
So I talked about...
And I regret that he passed because now, he's a martyr.
This recently in my first podcast episode. So I was on IG. Kevin Samuels was on the YouTube world, didn't know anything about him. And I started on IG like in April 2020. November of that year, he had that clip that went viral, Average at Best. And, by this time, I'm like 6 months in, I'm hosting my show and I'm hearing all these women and I'm super kind. The way my style is, I ask enough questions that help you get to your own answer. Instead of just telling you you're never gonna get it. I'll ask you the questions that might lead to that direction. Mm-hmm. So nevertheless, he was straightforward, like no holds bar. And, his whole Average at Best started this whole new conversation.
What's funny is that if you really look at that man's past, he would be defined as average at best, except for his last 2-3 years, maybe. He really lived an average life. If you really look at it, if you think about it. So I'm startled that people are still like thinking he's like the Lord and shit.
Like what? Average at best. And I was DMing him. I have these DMs to this day. And I was like, I host a dating show. I would love for you to come on. And we were talking in December. He started doing a show on Instagram, and he just really took off. Like, I remember when he came to Instagram, I had more Instagram followers, and then he just passed me so fast. And I was in a relationship when I was trying to get him on the show. He became so massive, never worked. We had agreed.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought she was never in a relationship. These niggas talk about she's never in a relationship. She was in a relationship.
January 2nd of the following year, and didn't happen. So then I was like, I'm just gonna go on his show. And so I called his show up. And
Bad idea. Bad idea.
I wanted to take the narrative of the man with money, because I knew that man, and I felt like a lot of women, I was like,
see, the reason why Kevin Samuels led with money is because himself and his followers had nothing else to offer if they did have money. They weren't kind people, because if you're a kind man, you would find Kevin Samuels offensive, just in the general way he conducted himself. That's why they started off with what in the back in the day we would call shallow shit. Shallow shit means that shallow back in the day meant that all you care about is money and superficial things. You don't care about character or personality, those kinds of things. And you were called shallow, and that was a negative thing to be called shallow back in the day. And it kept some people, from being shallow, because nobody wanted to be called shallow. He literally based his show on shallowness. And what I mean is this, is that everything with him had to do with either money or looks or perception. It did. That's just all it had to do with. And it took off. And that really concerned me, the way the way the platform was set up and what they were talking about took off, because it's not really that he was really great at what he was doing, though he was a great manipulator. It was more so that it told you about our community of men, the type of men that are in the community. You have to understand, red pill content among men is the number one genre, at least on YouTube. I mean, it's competing with freaking sports, and sports, they spend billions on promoting, sports to black men. But I would say that red pill community is even stronger than sports for our genre. So think about that. Here we go.
y'all don't really want this man, but then it kind of became about me. And we could not get on the same page. And I was the one thing I knew he was good at was hanging up on people. So I was like, I'm going to not be outspoken Kendra, because he ended up still hanging up on me. But if you watch me in that interview, I was very composed, very not like, my dad was literally mad at me because he's like, you're not even like that. Like, you should have went off. You should have cussed out. Like, for one, he wasn't married, and I never said that, like, in the interview, but I knew.
Right. And for some reason, that just, nobody picked up on that. He wasn't married. When he was married, it wasn't a good marriage. So like and if you've noticed, Kevin never really talked about his relationships, male or female. He never talked about relationships. If you have good connections with people, you at least bring that up, especially if you're supposed to be a coach for relationships.
And I could have just easily said, but the thing is, see, this is the thing I will say about Kevin Samuels, and I'm not married, and single men are always bringing that up. I'm like, sir, you're single. And I do still stand on the men who I know are married do not talk like Kevin Samuels. They don't talk.
There you go. I don't know anybody, and I'm older than Kendra. I do not know a man who is married who talks like anything near Kevin Samuels. None. The point of marriage is love. That's supposed to be the point. Don't get me wrong. It's supposed to be, it's an agreement. It's a financial agreement. You can play that shit. But basically what it's supposed to do is because of two people love each other, and it's a financially advantageous thing to get into if you really love somebody. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Because you can't get a wife being like that and just acting like a woman is
bars.
Is just be lucky to be on your arm.
Use promo code TFU10.
Bars. Why did I bring this up? Because of niggas like this.
Kendra Sleaze, why are you still striking my old channel? Are you really that unhinged?
This goofball right here. He's calling Kendra sleaze. Number one, that's derogatory because she don't want him using her content, especially in the way he's using it, and all the fucking time. He has no skill or talent, so all he does, like a lot of red pill men do, and they do this to Kevin Samuels, late Kevin Samuels stuff too, where they play somebody else's, content that's way more, talented than them. It's, I understand, hey, look, I play other people's content, but I don't play it all the fucking time. He literally has like 300, no, I won't say 300, about 100, Kendra videos, and he's only got like 300 videos or whatever. There's a point where it gets to a point where it's like, okay, dude, we understand you don't like the way Kendra runs her camp or whatever. That's one thing. No. And it's funny because men like this, they want to be seen as leaders or respectable and shit. And like, oh, I have my business, but you're using other people's shit to do it. So yeah, this dude right here, all he does is he basically mainly does dating stuff, and he's really shitty at it. And he has a nerve to call women bitter, when basically that's basically the core of his show, is being bitter to other women. He's literally he's literally the opposite. He's literally who he complains about. Let's put it that way. Back in the day, we would call him a bitch ass nigga. That's what we call him. Somebody who would be pretty much a hypocrite and is built around that hypocrisy. So let's listen to him just for a minute. Deontay says, I think MABW is a little slow. Deontay, I think all red pill are a little slow.
Salute to the MABW team. I'm back with another video. Your boy MABW, as per usual. I woke up this morning.
Really, you think about it. If somebody, and I've had this happen in the past where like, I won't say who the red pill lady is, but they threw a little strike at me. This was years ago. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even bother to fight the strike or anything. I said, fuck that. I just left her alone. Left her content alone. Now she's in South Africa. But yeah, there was no big. And yeah, he's a teenage. He sounds like a teenage child, but unfortunately, in our community, that seems to be very popular. Here we go.
Morning. I got my bags ready, about to start packing for Jamaica. About to go get a crispy cut in a little bit. People, this unhinged bitch will not quit. This.
Oh, interesting. And the funny thing is this. She's probably not the one who's throwing in strikes out. She's got lawyers. They look at the shit, they throw strikes. And this is a perfect example right here. This is the best example I can give you of stupidity. Because, he's got some people on there. Well, no, on this channel, I guess I forgot. Oh, my bad. One of his channels got blasted. So one of his channels got blasted. So, my bad. Well, anyway, this channel here, he's got 2K. He's got some people to lose. Why didn't he just move on? He's got other shit to do. Why didn't he just move on? But he's out here calling a woman who's way more accomplished than he is. In media, she is way more accomplished than he is, but he can't stop talking about her because he has nothing else to do. He has no life. I don't care where he says he's going. You ain't got no life. If you really, you should be filming your trip to Jamaica. That's what you should be doing. But nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares about your freaking trip to Jamaica. Nobody cares about you. They care about how you disrespect somebody who's more respectable than you. That's the key. So that's his main, she's his main talent. He's his main content now. Talking shit about her. That's all he can do. If he starts bringing up if he says sleaze and B too many times, bye-bye, motherfucker. YouTube has some new rules. They don't have to deal with that free speech shit if they don't want to. They respect the free speech. They understand that, but they're on their own entity. And he might find that out. He might F around and find out soon enough. I don't get it. Biting the hands that feeds you. She might have been cool with you if you just snipped a little bit of the video here and snipped a little bit of video there. Not make your whole fucking channel about her. That's the weird thing. That's the telling part is when somebody else bases their channel strictly off of somebody else's content. It's strictly that person's content. I know a couple other people who do it. Who's it? Let's give them some BS shout outs. The cart before the horse. I call him something else. You could guess. Two other, those two dudes. And then, but yeah, basically, and then there's a whole bunch of dudes who use Kevin Samuels content. Because they have nothing to offer. Yes, I do constantly talk shit about the Kevin Samuels ideology and his bullshit. But even, believe it or not, the amount I use his content pales in comparison to the amount these niggas use his shit. It's daily. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Let me keep playing some of this shit.
Disrespectfully, not respectfully this time, okay?
He wants to be respected while calling her a bitch. Great work, fella. I know that'll work great. That'll work great. If you don't want to get struck, take her shit down. And if you're such a great content creator, prove it. Create your own content without using toxic words and shit. Let's see how that works. MABW.
Is literally going back. Okay, as of right now, 40 videos. Remind you, this is from my old channel. 40 plus videos have been removed. Over 25 copyright strikes to 26 copyright strikes have been given out. As she gives out copyright, this is what she doesn't understand.
No, it's what you don't understand. That's how copyright works. She's obligated to do it now. The thing is, what people don't understand is like, if you jump into this kind of shit, you have to understand that by obligation, they have to say, well, if I took down this one and this one over here is the same, the court's going to wonder why. If I don't take down this one too, the court's going to wonder why I didn't take down this other one. So she's got somebody in the background. It might even be a third party. It might even be her lawyers. It might be some third party who's automatically doing this shit now. Best thing he could do for himself is just pull them down. It's too late now, though. They're up.
I can see it, she can. As she gives them out, they're being removed off of my channel. This lady is so unhinged that she's pretty much...
You're the one who's unhinged. You're the one calling her a bitch. You're the one calling her sleeves. That's some unhinged conversation, if you ask me. BAN. See, I got to spread them swear words out because, every once in a while, Let's move forward.
So you telling me that because I already have children that I don't deserve a good man?
She asked if she still deserves a good man as a single mother. His answer was brutal.
Yes. That don't make no sense at all. I'm so glad that the world don't work the way he thinks it should.
I want her to go back with her baby daddy.
She believes her
And here's the funny thing. Let me bring up dude right here. This Anton Daniels looks like he looks like he needs to get in the gym. But let's not bother him about that. But, I do like the jacket, though. I don't like the jacket. I'm just being nice. Anyway, this is a funny thing. He wants her to get back with her baby daddy without even qualifying the baby daddy. What he doesn't understand is this. He probably does understand it, but doesn't give a fuck. Basically, the bottom line is this. Old Anton Daniels, who really, you can tell he's not the nicest guy in the world, should or doesn't understand that 50% of the men in our community shovel out that DV with the bathwater. They shovel out that DV. Those are the ones, and it's probably more than that. I'm just being really, really nice today. They shovel out that DV. So for him to ignorantly tell a woman to go back literally to hell for many of them, degenerate Timo, Newark, good seeing you. Yeah. So it's really weird that men will listen to him. Thank God not too many women do. Too many women do. And the women that do listen to him, they end up in a bad situation. But did you know that most of the deletions with Black women and the femicide and the abuse happens because women took somebody back? Yeah, that's what happens. They took that man back. They took this man's advice. They took this man's advice. They took the man back. They went back to their baby daddy after he got out of prison. Who knows? And he had a care package for them. Same care package that made them women leave in the first place. But this time it's a little bit more vicious. You want to find out? Watch our next show. Anyway, back to this dude here. Yeah. Tevin says, recently Anton said that on a panel that there's no gay black men under 40. Oh my God. That just shows you the lack of knowledge he actually has.
She believes her past doesn't define her future worth, while he believes your past choices are the only thing that defines it.
And I would never.
guy that you open up your legs to is your husband. I used to be in a church, and I will always see women pray to God for a good man. And I always would ask my mom, and she would pop me in the mouth. I would say, well, what about him? Like, why would God mess his life up by giving him you?
For some reason, you don't make men take accountability for their choices.
You treat people how you want to be treated. Thanks. Women will take the best option.
Oh, you must be treated like shit then, bro. Yeah, don't forget, don't think I forgot about that. Throw the women out, the women and children out with the bathwater comment you made. Yeah. And go back to getting pegged, man.
Knowing that she gonna mess his life up, knowing that she gonna slow him down. I see women today.
I mean,
They don't even like guys that got regular jobs no more. And then you want to complain.
Wait a minute. That's all everybody has, bro. Again, he's talking out the side of his neck. That's what we used to call BSing back in the day, talking out the side of your neck. He is clearly one of the top issues we have in our community, because what he's doing is convincing women to go back to a very bad situation. First they say, oh, well, you should have chose better. And then when you try to choose better later, oh, you should go back to who you chose. That's what he's basically saying. What a toxic monster we have here.
Complain about your health care coverage.
Is he saying what a lot of men are thinking, or is he completely out of line?
Hi.
No, he's actually saying what a lot of men are thinking. The sad part is they're out of line too. So I'm bringing up this point right here. This is perfect timing, because this is what these dudes hate about Kendra's show. Is the truth that comes out that if you think intellectually about it, is embarrassing to a lot of men. Watch this. This young lady right here gets rushed off. Here we go.
Oh, I got two people. I gotta come back. Oh my God! Hold on. Wait.
What I like about I'm the thing I do like about Kendra's show is it shows the reality of our community in many ways, unfortunately. And it's a great learning, teaching tool if used properly. Check this out.
I gotta come back to you, baby, because you're second. I gotta come back to you because you're second, boo, okay? Okay, sorry, okay.
Okay, let me pause it right here. Woman to the left, natural hair, pretty face, all real. That's cool. On the right, I have no problem with women wearing, the hair straight. It's cute too. Lashes, though, don't those dudes hate lashes? Don't they hate wigs or fake hair? Don't they hate that? Let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true. Don't they hate all that BBL stuff? Listen closely. Listen closely.
Come right back to you. Okay. Fix your breast so when we come back, your nipples are out. All right, but we're gonna come right back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Hello?
Hi.
Good night.
She's trying to.
All right, I saw y'all say get the other girl. Y'all so rude. Y'all know y'all are so rude. I'm inviting her back. That is her name. Y'all know y'all was gonna find your child. All right, so let's see if she answers. They wanted you back, girl. They look, I couldn't find your name. They went to go find you.
So here she is. This is the major thing why I'm bringing this up. I'm barely going to even play this video because the thing is that as you see, this is the men in her chat were hollering for her. They wanted this woman on here.
Y'all say get the other girl. Y'all so rude.
Let me play that again.
Out. All right, but we're gonna come right back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Hello?
Hi.
Good night.
She's trying to.
All right, I saw y'all say get the other girl. Y'all so rude.
So Kendra just said, I heard you all just say get the other girl. Y'all so rude. And what was going on is this, is after all that crap, all that shit they talk in Red Pill about, oh yeah, we want you with your natural hair, and we don't like BBWs, and we don't like all that makeup, and we don't like lashes, and we don't like this, we don't like that. Who did they beg for to come back on the show?
Y'all know y'all are so. Y'all know y'all was gonna find your child. All right, so let's see if she answers.
Oh, let me bring this down so you can see her. They was begging for this woman to come to the show. Begging. They didn't like the natural girl. They wanted her. Let me break it down. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is their hypocrisy.
They wanted you back, girl. They look, I couldn't find your name. They went to go find you. Hello?
I'm so excited to be on here.
You doing the Kendra Cam already?
Yes. Okay. So I know I'm in the club. They hear me out. I am single. So, you know, when you're single, you go out.
Okay.
Let me bring it up a little bit more. I want to make sure y'all can hear.
I haven't been out in like 6 weeks, so I had to go out.
Okay, so you want to start off with the Kendra Cam? I'm seeing.
Okay.
So my thing is this. Look like she got some work done, a little bit of work done. Hey, that's her. It's her body. She can do what she wants with it. But that's not the point. The point is these dudes said all this. Now you understand that these red pill dudes, the reason why they talk shit about black women is because they don't like them. But every time, and that's why they say no lashes, no BBL, no, we don't like women who, have their chests. We don't like strippers and everything, and all that kind of stuff, right? Who did they want on the show? A stripper.
Oh, look at that body. Okay, boo. So put it back on you so we can have this conversation.
Okay.
Oh, she done hung herself up, child. Let me try again, child. Oh my goodness, child. I ain't never worked this hard to talk to somebody. But you gotta give people what you want, child.
She just said, I gotta give them what they want. it should hit you right now. Because these are the same men in these red pill streets telling you they want all natural. Oh, yeah, they want natural women. Oh, they don't want strippers. Oh, they don't want women who wear fake hair or straighten their hair too much. Oh, they don't want all that. But they're begging for this woman right now. Begging for her. Watch.
She highly requested. All right, let me try to call her again. Ooh, chat. Let's see if she answers.
Okay, sorry. I tried to turn the camera around. My bad. Okay.
Okay. All right. What's your name, honey?
It's Brittany Banks, but I go by Shelly Banks.
Okay, but you want me to call you Brittany?
Philly. I hate Brittany.
I got you Philly.
I got a reason. Okay.
Okay, Philly. How old are you?
I'm 32. I'm a little old.
30. That's not old. When's your birthday?
You see, these men have her convinced that she's hit the wall already. Shit. But they sure want her, right? They sure want her. This video got 63,000 views. They sure want her. They sure want themselves some Brittany. Or what was it? Philly. She wants to be called Philly. They sure want some Philly. Now, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just keep it real. Just keep it real. If you want Philly, if you want to date a stripper, that's fine. But one, don't talk smack about strippers then. Two, when you date a stripper, expect a stripper experience. Three, okay, don't complain later. That's all I'm saying.
3/21/90. I'm an Aries.
You're Aries.
I'm a little fun, but you know.
Philly 32.
Oh, we ain't even got to the good part yet. You got to stay to the good part because another myth is going to be blown apart.
Aries. What do you do for a living?
I own a puppy store it's on Instagram, Your Puppy Kingdom. But I also just started back dancing I've been dancing about 3 weeks. I stopped for 3 years and I'm back dancing about 3 weeks now.
What kind of dancer?
Stripper, dancing.
Oh,
Dancing.
You're a
dancer.
Wipe your screen for me, honey.
So she just said she's a stripper. And let me tell you, she did not lose one person. She didn't lose one person. All them dudes her milkshake brought all the boys to the yard.
Okay, I think that might be better. So are you working right now?
Yes, I own Your Puppy Kingdom on Instagram, and I also dance as well.
I know. So I'm saying, are you at the club? Are you dancing at the club
No. It was 50 Cent Wings or whatever it was tonight.
Okay. So you like to have a good time.
I haven't been out in like 6 weeks. So
did you have a baby?
No. Well, I have a 17-year-old son and a 13-year-old son.
You have a 17-year-old son?
Yes, a senior this year. Yes.
She has a 17-year-old son and she's 33. Everybody start doing the math.
I would never think you have a 17-year-old son. In a what? 13-year-old?
Yep. And I will not have no more kids, and I'm done.
You're done with kids. Are your
Yes.
kids by the same man?
Yes, and I was married. I got married very young.
Oh, she was married. Okay, let's keep going.
Very, very young.
You got married at 16.
Yes.
When did you get
She
divorced?
got married at 16. So she got married at 16. No wonder a 30-year-old woman is hitting the wall then. Because if men want kids, then I do understand that if a woman is in her late 20s, 30s, that definitely has to be hitting the wall because she's a real woman at 30. What? So that's why you niggas say you want that a woman is hitting the wall at 30. Because you guys want to marry children. Literally. Let's listen more.
Of course. At 22 or 23, something like that.
That's how old you was when you got divorced.
Yeah.
Was he older than you?
Yes.
How much older? Was it a teen love? You know, she was 14 and, you know, maybe he was 15 and they wanted to, you know, the old school way back in the 50s love. So they made the kids marry each other. No.
Can you share? If you were 16, how old was he?
It's 20, maybe 20, 21, something like that.
Okay.
A grown man, 21. So a 21-year-old man messed around with a 14-year-old kid because listen to this.
You can get married at 16?
Yes. Well, when you're pregnant and then you get your guardian to sign.
She said, yes, when you're pregnant. So it wasn't like he got her pregnant after they got married at 16, which is already freaking weird. No, she was already pregnant. That's how normal this stuff is. That's how normal it is. So really, you could literally say, she was SA'd and then married the person who did it. I mean, you give a little bit of, you know, look, things happen, right? You might give a little bit of room if they were like a couple years apart. He was 16, she was 14. This dude was a grown man. And y'all wonder where these all these baby mamas come from. You grown niggas. That's where they came from. I mean, you know, at a man or a boy, really, a boy at 16, 17, he really don't even know what condoms are. He has an idea, you know, he should have an idea, but you know, he's just out of middle school and shit, right? We're not talking about that kind of situation. We're talking about a grown man, okay, who was in his 20s. Now you understand why there was such a teenage epidemic, you know, of teenage girls getting, you know, pregnant. It wasn't by young boys in, you know, classroom. It was by grown men.
Yeah.
So you was pregnant. Your guardianship signed, and then you got married.
Yep.
Okay. And then you had 2 children together and got divorced when you were 23.
Yep. I think it was about 22, 23. Yep.
22, 23.
Great friends, though. Great co-parenting, no problems.
You co-parent.
Great. Yeah. So those are the 2 points I wanted to educate you guys on. Is that red pill dudes lie. You know, she looks like she has a little BBL going on or whatever, right? She has lashes. She has straight hair, which could be, you know, a wig or not, right? Wait, let me get this out of the way because we're not talking about Kendra. We're talking about the woman at the bottom, right? Right there. That's better. No, and she's pretty. She's very pretty. But she's not what you guys said that you wanted. But then when we look in the reality, in the realm of Kendra D dating, that's exactly who you guys begged for. You begged for it. You literally had another girl thrown off the show knowing this woman had lashes, BBL, straight hair, and you probably even knew she was a stripper. She can do whatever she wants, but you dudes you need to F up about what you really want. Just like Shannon Sharp, OnlyFans girls. You all love some OnlyFans let's face it. Let's face it, Red Pill, you love yourself some strippers. You love yourself some strippers. You surely do. Let me drop the link. But you love yourself some strippers. If you think, if you got to debate me, I'm dropping the link for you fellas. Or for any of my regulars. Any of my regulars can come up. But I'm just trying to make this point clear. You are trying to fool us, people that may not be in your red pill world. You want respectable women, and you want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive, and all this kind of stuff. At the end of the days, you just want women you can control, and hopefully they're strippers. That's what you want. Because basically, you just want somebody to feed your peen. That's what you want. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Kendra, unlike that jerk, I appreciate you letting me use a little piece of that video to educate the red pill on their hypocrisy. Welcome, Deontay. Welcome, Darnell. Let me let you guys chime in a little bit. You see me going off on red pill real hard. But that's just how it is, in my opinion. The dooming factor of Kendra's show, the only concern I have for her show is that really, literally, all the men that watch her show are red pill men. All the men that come up to her channel that are on her panel and stuff, they're mostly red pill men. So the thing is that the young lady had gone up before. I'm not going to say she was like, gorgeous or anything like that, but she had her own natural hair and her own natural thing. She had no BBL or anything like that, right? And then, but Miss BBL stole the show. Literally. She literally stole the show. She literally got the other young lady kicked off because the men, the milkshake got all the boys in the yard wanting this girl right here, this woman right here, who was a little girl when she had her first kid. Please chime in. Let's start off with Deontay, since Deontay got here first.
Oh, okay. I just what's up, DJ Darnell? How y'all doing?
All right.
Look, this one is kind of. I said in the comments. At the end of the day, most men really don't want this woman for real relationships or like marriage or nothing. They would play with her though, like sexually. And when she first got on video, one of the first things she did was unzip her top to expose. You know what I'm saying? Like she exposed her breasts, not pull them all the way out, but she wants you to see what she's got going on. She's a stripper, you know. Now, obviously, she's had that kind of life, and I'm sure she was manipulated by this man, this 20-something-year-old dude when she was a teenager. I'm sure she probably knew him before she was 16 and pregnant and everything. And I mean, it's just teenage girls, unfortunately, are prey to like, you know, men like that. I mean, he's still a little boy himself in his early 20s, but to her, he might well be a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate, but I think that the reason why most of the guys paid attention to her, it wasn't because they was looking at her like, oh man, she's something I definitely want to marry. They look at her like an object, you know, like that's really what it is. When a lot of guys see women, especially in this new hip hop culture where they got BBLs and all the long ass lashes and the nails and the hair and all of that stuff, they really look. A lot of them look at them as like sex dolls, to be honest. Like they'll have a great time with them at the amusement park, but they don't want to take the amusement park home. So that's how I'll end that.
That's a good analogy. They don't want
Okay.
to take the amusement park home. That's funny.
I'm going to take 10 seconds and then I'm going to turn it over to Darnell. This is the weird thing, though. She's been married once, and then her other relationship, she was with the person for 7 years. So I do understand that theory, and I'm not saying it's untrue because it is true. Because she does, I do agree that I think anybody would say that if you're displaying yourself like this, it's going to make men want you in a certain way. But the weird thing is this, is that most of the men in this chat that although, you know, that she's bringing to the yard with her milkshake, right? They said exactly what you said, Deanne. They said to other people, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for a woman like her. But then when she get up on stage, right? And they kick off a woman who's not like her, right? They begged for her. And I guess my point is, I agree with you 100%. But that's just a depiction of what most men want. They want this. They don't want the businesswoman or the woman who's timid. They want her. This is a dating show. It is not a strip show, right? So if these men are coming to a dating show and they want her, they want her. And what I'm saying is that those niggas lied. That's what I'm saying. That they're lying. They lied. They lied about what they may say they want. Fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive, but at the end of the day, they want a stripper. Darnell, take it away.
Well, DJ, is that's a, you know, that was a whole lot there. There's a majority of what you said, I believe, was true. I mean, case in point, just look at the passport bros. They say the same exact thing. I want a woman fit, friendly, feminine, you know, but they're in red light districts. They're not, you know, I mean, you never see any of them talking about getting married. There's very, you know, nothing like that. So, I mean, you're definitely right. But one of the things I'll say this, though, is, and I learned this, believe it or not, watching Fresh and Fit, you know, Myron had said, you know, he exposed a lot of his own fans, you know, the girls that come up on the show, you know, they're clowning them in the chat, right? You know, making fun of them. You're a 304, you're going to be a single mom and blah, blah, blah. But then it's like the very same people that were criticizing her on the show are sliding their DMs. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to you know, and all this other stuff, sending them money, all, you know. So there's definitely a lot of, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot of hypocrisy, you know, in a lot of what these men are saying, and you're definitely right to expose that. But I will say this at the same time. Unfortunately, this is not a new phenomenon dealing with where, you know, men were dealing with a girl that age. You know, back in the day, this was actually very common practice.
Right.
You know,
and that's my other point I wanted to make. It's like, because if you know that, Darnell, it's doesn't it seem like that a lot of the dudes in the red pill community blame, you know, single mothers for being single mothers?
Yes,
but
absolutely.
But the problem is that the bulk amount of those single mothers were children when they had kids. New York.
I don't know the numbers on that, but
yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, 90% of them. I'm not going to say that. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
But it's a large enough amount that it impacted our community. Let's put it that way. I remember when I was working for a school district, right? And they literally had to have a childcare section.
Wow. You said this was a middle school?
They had one at middle schools too, but this was a high school at the one I was working.
Oh, high school.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Still, that's crazy. Yes.
Yeah. New York to SF says, please, she could have been wearing a burlap sack, and black men would want to make her a single mother. That's true. That's true. Angela says, often many SA victims become hypersexual. Thus, some become night dancers, escorts. Yep, true.
Yeah, that's very true, especially unfortunately in cases of like incest. You know, unfortunately that does, you know, that does become true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it painfully messes up the programming in a way, if you know what I mean. It kind of like it does something, you know. Yeah.
But where I want to disagree with you though, DJ, is like, and you just take it from me, a guy that has dated a stripper. I can't imagine any man would want to wife up a stripper. I mean, this is the dumbest thing you can do, and you just take that from me, a guy that's dated one. You know?
You want to hear something weird though? I remember DJing back in the day in Oaktown, and no, I was DJing on a S night, stripper night, right? And I kid you not, there was a married couple strippers. There were strippers that were a married couple.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not. No, by theory though, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not using that as a retort at all. It's just an anecdotal situation. But what you said, I'm not, by all means, most men say they will not marry a stripper. And I agree. And I don't think but the bottom line is this. This is what's funny to me. In most situations, a man will marry. Yeah, Tam brought it up. See, she beat me to the punch. She beat me to the punch. Men marry former strippers all the time.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I was in the Army. I saw there was a lot of hell. Even the Army told you, not to. And usually, if the Army says not to do something, there was a reason. There's a lot of guys, unfortunately, military men, you got to remember there's a strip club outside of every base. I don't care where you go in the country. There's always a strip club. There, that and a payday loan spot.
Oh yeah, of course. They got to get you right. But shout out to Tam coming in here. New York to SF is in here. Indrick Cold is in here. I don't know what he's talking about. Kill Charlie. Kill what? Whoever that is. Anyway, but yeah, I want to make sure I get that in. Of course, you and Deontay are here. And shout out to Eden Adele, who says these types of men want all women to want them, even the women they don't want. These men want first rights of refusals with any woman, especially with women that don't want them. Bars. We get the ladies are speaking now. The ladies are they're speaking, my man. Men love strippers. This is from Tam again, and waitresses to give them a better life. To give her a better life.
That now, I have a lot of respect for Miss Tam, but I got to disagree with her. There's
this may not be this. I don't think this is Tam Esquire. This is a different Tam.
Yeah,
there's two Tams.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Well, of course, there's but the thing is that I don't think any man goes out and dates. Oh, I want to go get a stripper. I'm purposely looking for a stripper. You know what I mean?
Wait, let me check something out real quick. Let me get Chat GPT into the conversation. Hold on one second. Okay. What percentage of men don't mind marrying a former stripper? We could say former because obviously, well, let's see what happens. Here we go. No definitive percentage exists. Okay, well, give me an idea. Let's see what it says here.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find that number.
No, it's being about 33% of strippers are reportedly working to pay for I didn't ask that question. Okay, never mind. Now that didn't even come up. That's just ignore what I said.
Wait a minute. Do you guys remember Eddie Murphy Raw, the old comedy show he did, which is still hilarious? And he was talking about how sometimes he'd meet a woman that's from out of town, and she'll be real quiet, and she don't want to eat because she's afraid a bone gonna fall out her mouth. Because she got so many skeletons in her closet. Like I think that I do agree that a lot of former strippers can get married, and mostly because they realized what it was that was keeping them from obtaining a good man in the first place. Like when you honest to a guy, you let the guy know, hey, I'm a stripper, I'm a dancer, right? Every guy who's ever been to a strip club at least one time, you know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, there's different levels to it. Some girls are straight up escorts and complete whores, and some girls just do what the club allows them to do. But either way, no man wants to be with a woman that his best friend or his enemy or his cousins or anybody can just go and pay to see.
Yeah.
And you got to pay to see.
Oh,
I can just.
Tam bringing in the heat. She says, ask Matt Damon, Jeff Bridges, and so forth. They love some strippers.
Yeah, so does Charlie Sheen.
So I think men say they don't want a stripper, but if quiet kept, and by the response this stripper got on that show from a pool of men that say they don't want strippers, I think there's a debate to be had. We won't have the stripper debate tonight because I need to move forward, but I think it's safe to say that there's possibly a debate that can be had because, We'll just do that. We'll just do that. I got to move forward though. Here we go. We're gonna break it up a little bit here. Here we go.
So this guy decided to go over to an entirely different country that's not the United States, specifically Spain, and wear a MAGA hat. If you guys see in the background here, this guy right here is spraying water, and so many people, y'all see the looks on their face in the background right there. They are furious. And guys, what nerve, what kind of...
Let me break something down to you guys. Spain is pretty conservative. They are pretty conservative. Let me keep going. Here we go.
Audacity. Like, why are you in an entirely different country rage baiting people? This isn't the United States, and don't get me wrong, every other country has freedom of speech. Depends on the place. Not every country is the same, but seriously, what are we talking about? Why is this even?
Why would he do this? Did he think we were going to get support there?
You're free to wear whatever you like, but at the same time, you got to remember, even as an American citizen, your constitutional rights, they stop as soon as you cross the border. So, it's one of those things. I mean, hell, even the military, they told us. I mean, MAGA didn't exist back then, but like they told us, don't wear your favorite team's sports jersey. Try not to look American. Try to blend in best you can. That was for security reasons.
Right.
To make sure you don't want to be a target. This guy clearly wants to be a target.
And he got targeted.
Yeah. I mean, that's just stupid. I don't think he should be attacked for wearing a MAGA hat or anything, but you got to understand,
you have to understand in other countries, they actually see, the leader of MAGA as a dictator. So in a lot of countries, they have a problem with dictators. Let's just put it that way. But I'm going to move forward. Here we go. I just wanted to throw that on there for a mix.
Even a thing.
Oh my God, Santiago, Chile, fucking amazing. It made me feel great. I was the only.
Okay, so I brought this up because
is that B-Dub? That can't be.
Yeah,
B-Dub.
that's him.
Oh my God.
Did I do that?
Oh,
that's who he reminds me of.
That effing clown.
Yeah, that he is. Let me
Who that is? Nature Boy?
That's B-Dub.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You don't want to.
Wait, man, ain't he a rapper?
No, he's not.
No, he's a poor excuse of a human being, if anything. But he's a passport bro.
Yeah, he likes to cuss. This is
gonna suck. I don't have enough money to maintain his Airbnb.
You don't have enough money to maintain your Airbnb, but you're flexing on folks back home. Bro checked his bank account. The bank account said he was like, again, just dusting it the fuck up.
I mean, that's the funny thing is like, there's a point in life where you're supposed to be doing things. You're supposed to be like, furthering yourself as a human being at least, and having a job and stuff. And these guys are just out there just wasting their life away, in the red light world.
Dusted it the fuck up, bro. Come on, man. You can't be serious.
All right. Everybody's favorite person. Mine, definitely.
I used to like Cynthia G, but I found out who she really was.
I remember you telling me that. I want to go to the part here. Let's see if she goes there. This is an important part because she's going to tell us you guys want to know why women tolerate marriage. So let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, the people who support
Trump and his administration swear he putting America first. Where?
Oh shoot, my food's here. I'll be right back.
Maxita, how's your feet? They're at the Senate meeting today.
Ever since I found
Let me
out
get on
Cynthia
Instagram
G
and see what that Senate meeting. Sorry, y'all. I'm eating an apple.
Has on her show.
An Opal apple.
I just wish Cynthia G would have checked Nyla and Taz before
Hawaiian barbecue.
It looked like we're gonna be talking about some.
Man, my address. I'm not expecting.
Didn't you in the house?
We gotta go over this. We have to do that. All right.
Can you guys hear that crackling in the back?
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I need to get my speaker if we go listen. Sorry, y'all, I'm a little slow and sluggish today. I told y'all. There y'all go. What y'all think about that ghetto hat mess? Like, they ghetto. If they over there talking about sleeping with each other's men and cussing each other out, like, this is like just Tony about to get up and Tony, how you gonna be fighting with your sisters and you got lupus? Like, this is the problem. Somebody in the chat said, I do not believe for 1 second that Tamar messed with Tony Mann. I feel like Tawanda deflected when she calls her out for stealing from her. And Trina is just sitting there smirking. Who needs enemies when you have sisters like this? Yeah.
Let me tell you. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think Cynthia G brings up a good point is we haven't heard it yet, but why should women get married? I mean, really, when you think about it.
Well,
I think Public Offender, he talked about marriage in the live he did. I think it was today. Probably could have been last night.
I mean, didn't the men, didn't Red Pill men vow not to get married?
No, there's no vow like that I know of. They do say they do talk about not trying to wife up 304s and to have a little more self-respect. Like if a woman's playing games, walk her away. Don't keep blowing up her phone and this and that. Just if she finally texts you back or whatever, just ignore her, block her, kind of thing.
When can we go on?
Festivities this weekend because y'all know they're going on. It's an opal apple, and it has like the perfect balance between sweet and tartness, which I kind of like. My Christina don't really be doing nothing all that exciting. She really don't. She's absolutely not. But it's like I'm the type to where, yeah, sure, you can get the dramatic flair, but knowing my business, my person, like there just ain't a lot of my personal business that I'm willing to just tell for the world. Yeah, Maxie, the opal apples are yellow. Mm-hmm. Are y'all going to any Halloween festivities this weekend? Because y'all know they're going on. So Princess Xtina is outspoken. She is outspoken. And she has like a potty. I mean, yeah, these are movies that I'm probably about This is that on Murder Magic Tricks because I might want to watch that too. Y'all, why do I got Sweet Valley High saved on here? That used to be my show when I was a teenager. Sweet Valley High. Public. In reference to somebody cheating on them, I now have to question the quality of their relationship. I do. I now have to question the quality of their marriage. Cause it's like, okay, why would you be doing a prank about your husband cheating and you embarrassed by it? Yeah, we into YouTube now. YouTube unsubscribe to channels that you're subscribed to. Okay. Yeah, and then the police being called. I didn't even get that far into the situation, but all I know is there's 2 videos I want to show y'all, and I just have a question, hopefully for the married women in the room. If y'all want to come up to answer the question, you can do so. I will drop the link for any woman who is married and who wants to come up and explain why married women are always dealing with cheating. I'm honestly starting to think married women deal with more cheating than single women do. I'm really starting to feel like married women wives deal with side babies and cheating.
You know, that's a good point because that's a good point she makes. I'll tell you why. If you're a woman and you're married to somebody and that dude knows you're married to him, right? Well, there's probably a higher probability that you're not going anywhere if he gets caught. If you're not married and then you're not tied down with a child, which is why I think men, force women to have children. You're locked in. If you're single and you don't have any kids, if dude cheats on you, you can cut.
Well, DJ, I would agree with you if it was the 1950s before the days of no-fault divorce, but now I don't want to use the term divorce is incentivized, but now there's nothing tying a woman, to a marriage anymore. You talk about, again, no-fault divorce. She doesn't need a reason. He doesn't even have to cheat. She can just, it's just not working out. And divorce, and she's entitled to have marital assets, entitled to child support.
So what you're saying is you think women, just because of the laws, that's why women get divorced more?
Yes, statistics back up what I say. Divorce is up. I believe 50% of marriages now end in divorce. 70% are initiated by women.
But 70% are initiated by a woman. But so you don't think cheating has anything to do with a woman getting a divorce, being cheated on?
Believe it or not, I actually looked up those stats. Cheating, believe it or not, is kind of middle of the pack. The most common is they call it irreconcilable differences.
AKA, she's mistaken peace for boredom. Or
that could be it.
Or the opposite. She's getting handsome feet put on her.
Yeah, that could be.
Safe.
There's no fault.
Believe it or not, it's more than likely that than it is peace and boredom.
I think it is because especially the last 10 years, let's just go back to 2000 to make it easier to marker. The last 25 years, there's been so much, and there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with any type of women's freedom or liberation or feminism at all. But it is when it starts to become this delusional type of factor, like if I'm not happy every single second of my life, then first thing I do is get divorced. Because I don't care if you were married or single, you're never going to be happy every single second. Go ask the richest man in the world, or anybody in any situation. Happiness is a emotion. It's not meant to last the entire day forever and ever and ever. You got to learn how to live
I
life.
understand that, but I don't think really. I mean, quite honestly, I've spoken with a great deal of women, and I don't get that feeling that if they broke up with somebody, it was for boredom. I just never have. I'm sure it happens.
A lot of times it happens.
But I think that's an exaggeration, to be honest with you.
No, I think, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Darnell.
I was just going to say real quick. It's actually not that far from the truth. You got to remember, it's when people get married and it's just the first couple years it seems magical. And all it is a love chemical called oxytocin. All right, you get that and dopamine. You get that from basically anything. Drugs, alcohol, you name it. It promotes. It starts producing chemicals in your body. Now, unfortunately, just
wait.
Wait.
Let's make it simple. Let's make it more simple. Let's make it more simple. Your argument is you think that most women, of the 70%, let's be specific, in the Black community, you're saying most of them get divorced because they're bored. Is that
pretty much? Yeah. The love chemical wears off. There's a reason you have to.
No, I'm not asking you about the love chemical. I'm just asking you, is that why they get divorced?
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
Well, you could do a Google search on what about oxytocin.
No, it's not about the oxytocin. It's about the hands and feet.
Well, the thing is, the hands and feet is just not.
And I think one of the
not as common.
causes of women getting divorced is cheating, and another one is finances. But the finances part ain't coming.
But see,
I wish we had a woman on the panel, but I'd be strong. I think I'm gonna put in a strong argument for hands and feet and cheating.
Well, the thing is, only about in heterosexual couples, they actually have the second lowest DV rates. The only thing that beats, that has a lower. Yes, that's true. That's very true.
Let me break them down. I'm not worried about other couples. What I'm talking about. This food's good.
But that's talking about 28%.
Wait, let me break down let me break it down. 40% of DV is caused by a significant other that is a male in the Black community. Now, it's probably higher because that's a reported amount, and Black women don't like to report getting hands and feet, believe it or not.
Well, black men are actually men in general are least likely.
Let me finish what I'm going to say, and then you can talk. So we have the Hands and Feet Club, and it's highest. And regardless of the percentage we want to bounce around and play around with, it's the highest in our community. And then you have the amount of cheating that goes on, which is pretty freaking high. It's probably at least as high as the Hands and Feet Club. And then we have the blend of both, where they're getting both hands and feeted and cheated and beated. So there's no way that the majority of the women, are leaving just because, and that's what you're saying is because they're bored, just because. They're not. So if that's, they might be bored of getting hands and feeted and cheated and beated, but it's not just because they're bored of their husband. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I think for you, I have to push back against you saying that being bored is the majority.
So why is irreconcilable differences the leading factor in divorce?
Because a woman doesn't want to get she knows that the law ain't gonna catch up to that nigga getting cheated and beaten, and she knows that his reputation, though he didn't earn it, is worth a lot to him.
DV
So
is
she
its own
uses
category.
irregular, she uses that instead. They come to an agreement that I know that they come to an agreement that, hey, look, I'll tell you what, I won't tell them about the right cross you got and how good it is. And we can agree just to say irreconcilable differences. It's a business agreement. And what I mean is this, is that it's even more popular when people have more money because it sounds better. It doesn't sound offensive. It sounds like it was an agreement. Both people can save face. They don't neither one looks like a monster to the other person's friends and family or whatever. So it sounds cooler. That's why they do it.
That's just not true. I mean,
it's true.
If anything, because if anything,
because I've seen it happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying in that situation, the woman is knowingly letting a man off the hook, and then allowing him back into the public for him to beat on other women. Like,
unfortunately, that's why the DV rate is as high as it is.
Well, I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to say that. I'm just saying from a standpoint, anytime a woman has a solid DV case, that just puts a feather in her cap in the divorce.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. The judge will throw the book at the guy. It happens all the time.
But see, the thing, okay,
especially if it's a female judge. I mean, he may as well just say, you know what, take it all. You know what I mean? Because he's done. You know, that's why a lot of times, and not that I'm saying that women not that I'm saying a majority of women make false DV claims, but there are some that do make false DV claims.
It's very small. It's like if on a good day, it's 3%.
I don't know what the percentage is, but I do agree.
I do. I looked it up. It's on a good day, it's 3%.
Yeah. But here's the point. It's a feather in the cap. There's a reason they do that. It's a feather in their cap. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It just helps their case. So if you have a woman,
it's not going to change the point that, look, basically what I'm saying is this. There's more, if you look at the stats in our community, at least, at the very least, it's going to be a pie between beating, cheating, and boredom. 33, 33, 33. It's just, I mean, it's just the stats. That's just the way it looks.
Well, I mean,
40%, if 40% of women, report DV, right? And then your argument's going to be this. This is what your argument's going to be. Well, some of those are fake, but then
no, that was not my argument.
Okay, so. But simply, I would just say that there's an offset because there's so many women who don't report it at all. So, the bottom line is that women, at least in our community, have to deal with cheating a lot. I think they get bored of the cheating. If we want to get to an agreement, they get bored of the cheating and then say whatever that, I can't say that word.
Irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable differences is a good way to just slip out the side door.
But again,
that's what I say.
If she is a legitimate victim of DV, that just makes her look better in the court.
What you mean saying that? Oh, yeah, I've been DV'd.
No, I mean, if she is a true victim, she's got the police report to prove it. She's got pictures of bruises and black eyes. She looks really good in court.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. I'll tell you why. Let me break it down why. Let me reply. Let me reply. And then I let you guys chop it up. You have to understand in the communities, especially our community, people don't necessarily take the side of the victim. They'll take the side of, here's a perfect example, Chris Brown. These people know he put hands and feet at least on 2 women, but they love the heck out of him. It's the same in private, and it's not just a Chris Brown thing. It's kind of like a community thing. So what happens is that really, quite honestly, it's like this. Think about it like this, Darnell. You made up a good point. It's a decent argument saying that, well, they'll look better, and they'll get more money. I mean, that's the reason why you're saying that, right? It's to get more money. But the thing is this, money from what? From who? We're talking about regular guys who make 43, 50K a year. What kind of money are they going to have? These women just want to get the fuck out.
It's not necessarily just the amount. It's just, again, the judge, will throw the book. Because you got to remember, there's no black community court. Okay, you're gonna get a white judge, a Hispanic judge, an Asian judge. It just luck of the draw, and it's just one of those things that, especially you get a female judge and a woman has proof that, hey, he beat the hell out of me. I can promise you the judge will throw the book at that man.
Yeah, if they have proof.
I wish it was true.
Well, first off, the woman has to report it first. With Darnell, I agree with Darnell because I've seen it before. With DV, I've seen it with infidelity. Like, if you have proof of this in court, it's over with. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about what happened with Chris Brown. The girl Rihanna came out and she admitted that they was both fighting each other and all this other stuff. Whatever, man. Like, there was no real movement to get Chris Brown taken to court by these women to be locked away. If they didn't, either they had to have the evidence for it or they didn't push hard enough, because there's no way he should be out here like that. I do believe that he hit her and beat her and all that stuff, but I believe they was beating on each other. But at the same time, you go to court.
The Rihanna thing, that was, the photos came out on that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know it did, but I'm saying it should have been. She could have pressed that to really put him away. She was in that same category of women who didn't want to put him away. And also, we talk about the underreporting of DV. Most men who get DV'd against themselves from a woman, they don't report the woman. Even if the cop is standing over there, I don't want to report her, man. I just want her to leave. I don't want her to go to jail. Even though she done scratched the shot, dude, beat his ass and everything.
True.
So
that's very true.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. See, that actually strengthens my argument. That strengthens my the argument I was trying to make is these women don't want these men to go to jail regardless. Very few of them do, unless they're like even the ones, I was about to say, unless they're close to losing their life, but no, even the ones that are close to losing their life, you should see they be in these courts when these guys have these charges for putting women in the hospital. The women, they get out of the hospital, they go to these courts and beg for these men, beg the judge not to put the men in prison. It happens all the time. So if they're not going to put them in, if they're not going to divorce officially because they got hands and feet put on them because they don't want their dude to go to, they don't want their whatever ex to go to prison, what do you think they use? irreconcilable differences.
The thing is,
boom, I won. I just won. I won.
I think
Tev, you got anything you want to say? I just
early.
won. I just won, Tev. Tev, I just won. You can say, hey, I just won. Go ahead.
The thing is, we all know that most of the time it's like this other time that Darnell brought up the situation with the lesbian couples, how they have high DV rates. That still ain't as high as straight men, straight women relationships.
No, actually, theirs is higher. Lesbian couples are higher.
Oh, but that's one of
the highest is bisexual women. They're the largest victim, but that's because their abusers are both men and women.
And we don't think that if it was a man being the other way, it wouldn't be the same way. Because trust me, that there are a lot of gay men who get hands and feet put on them by other men too.
But as Dante had pointed out earlier, men typically do not report
and that
DV.
is true.
Women typically don't either.
No, they report.
That's how
DV
scary it is.
They report DV at higher rates.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, women report it more than men, but in our community, women don't. Believe it or not, black women report DV the least.
Now that part is true compared to other races of women.
Right.
I just thought of this. You gotta think about it. A lot of times, when black women do report DV, nothing happened because,
right,
and don't that happen to the point the man keep doing that and eventually he unalive her. Then that's when they want to do something.
I think on my next live stream, I'm going to just put a string of news. I'm just going to take news clips, try to chop them up into 1 minute pieces of news clips of women that were deleted or beated or whatever, and show you how many of them, because nobody seems to believe me, how many of them like let the guy back in or let the guy back into or stayed with the dude and they were about to get a divorce or break up or something and all that kind of stuff. Because this I can't believe you guys really think that most women get out of get a divorce because they're bored. That's shocking to me.
Well, again, I mean, the numbers back what I say. Irreconcilable differences.
Hold on, Darnell. See, I get where DJ coming from on this part because irreconcilable differences, no fault divorce, is very general. It covers dozens and dozens of things. It covers things that are not even technically on the books. That's why they opened it up. And one of those things has become, and DJ, when I say bored, I don't mean like she come home every day and her husband's got a boring ass chessboard set up in front of us and let's play. I mean, like, men get into routines. You know we do, especially when we live on our own. But even when we with a woman, we get into our own routines. The way that we get up in the morning, go to work, breakfast, lunch, after work, watching the game, having a beer, go to sleep, whatever it is, right? And we will stick to that routine. If we can live forever, we will stick to that routine for 1,000,000 years and be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And we even plan our spontaneous moments, like vacations and trips and shit like that. And a lot of times in the beginning, you do a lot of wild things when you're with your woman, and you stop doing those wild things every so often. You become a damn pattern, and she just gets tired of the pattern sometimes. I'm not talking about all women who divorce for no fault. I'm just saying that it's a section of them who they do kind of that mundane type. A lot. He's not doing nothing wrong to her. He's not beating her, cheating on her, nothing. He like when Kendra be asking the girls, "Well, why did you get divorced from your man if he was so good to you?" We just grew apart. I don't care if it's Kendra G, Kevin Samuels, the same thing. They love to say we just grew apart. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. He a good father. We parent good together. We just grew apart. AKA, this dude was doing some normal mundane shit, and I was ready, and I was trying to kick it. And then you couple that with the fact that she probably got girlfriends and and sisters and cousins and coworkers is single out here trying to get loose and trying to get her to get loose. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Shout out to Miss Alto in the house. Shout out to Bridget in the house. New York says this: Black women are 8% of the U.S. population and represent 60% of DVH, DV and deletions. Okay. With 90% of those unaliving at the hands of Black men. Black women, you'd better leave most Black men alone. Those are the stats for y'all.
That stat is definitely false.
No, you cannot say they're false unless you come up with some other ones. Because I've heard these stats as well.
I've looked it up. Black men are the highest victims of crime. Black women, I believe, are either second or third behind. They're either behind white men or roughly around white men.
I think you're missing some words here. She doesn't say overall. She says DV homicide / Oops, I didn't want to say that word.
She did.
So
yeah, she said
with
unaliving.
90%, the 90% of it being men is what she's saying is this: 90% of women who get deleted are by men. And that's what you always like to throw in the LGBTQ thing in there. That has nothing to do with that number. That number is all dudes.
The thing is, where did that number come from?
You gotta think about the numbers of men.
You can find that out tomorrow. You can find that out on the Crime Channel. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tevin.
That unalive their wives because they leave them due to them cheating on them with other men too.
Most of the time that women get deleted by their men is because they are leaving. Whether it's a girlfriend or a wife.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Whether it's a girlfriend or a wife, the biggest reason why women get deleted is because they are leaving. They are, if some of them cheated, so be it. But most of them, the majority is because they are done being the one around the gun and they don't make it out alive. If you knew how many videos I spend looking at that, looking at these stats, looking at the amount of young ladies that unnaturally pass away, you'd be shocked. It's in probably the thousands by now over the last couple of years.
You're looking at an average rate of, I believe it's 2,000 when I looked it up, and roughly around 2,000 women get deleted pretty much on a yearly basis, 2,000 to 3,000. When it comes to black men, it's like 11,000.
That's bad. That's like black women. How did Pretty Black Magic put it? They have these women falling like bowling pins. I mean,
that 2,000's all women. Black. If you just put black women, it's actually lower.
Let me check something out here.
Most victims of unaliving are typically men.
Okay, well, I know one thing. I need to get out of this because this is not supposed to be. That was supposed to be the unaliving part is supposed to be for a different show. So I'm going to move on past that and go to.
Like, she a lost cause.
she's starting to become a bill.
This is a woman giving men the most ruthless piece of relationship advice on the internet, and the comments are going crazy.
Look, this is for the men. If your lady can't help you win in life, you need a new one, okay? Like, if you fall off and she can't help you get back on, you need a new one. If she can't help you fix your credit, if she can't help you elevate, if she can't...
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't agree with the credit part.
I mean...
help you just like how you can help her, you need a new lady. Like, she a lost cause. She's starting to become a bill. Get a new one. Switch them out. Swap them out. Do something. Get gone. Bye. Like, I don't understand y'all.
Is she spitting facts, or are her standards for a woman way too high?
She's going to end up in the back of a milk carton. That's I can tell you that. Because that's the kind of dude she's going to attract. Somebody that'll allow her to be a doormat.
Or she's got to be a topic of a divested salad video.
Oh, what?
Or that. Let's listen to the next one.
How can you want a man who is willing to lay down his life for you, who's willing to give you his last name, who's willing to give you his children, who's willing to pay every single bill and some, who's willing to give you the lifestyle that you want? Why not submit to a man who's willing to do those things for you? Because I guarantee if you are fired from that job today, someone else is going to be hired in next week and you will not be missed. So why are you prioritizing? Why, ladies, why are we prioritizing everyone else, everything else, a job, a this, a that, and not a family, and not a man, and not a man's needs and wants?
You know that more than a woman is more than likely to get a divorce before she's going to lose her job.
And I
Slow down.
And I also see women put their men first and got nothing in return.
Yeah, at least when a woman goes to work, she gets paid at least.
That man is going to be right there next to me, God willing.
Disclaimer. Classic PickMe disclaimer. PickMe behavior and mentality.
There's been a weird.
Okay, this is a funny thing. Isn't Kaya? She was a pick-me, right? She did all them things. The dudes used to love her. Takea, here we go with the build a man bears. A man, yep, cooking a Kaya. She brought all the men to the yard.
Yeah, but DJ, isn't it true though? Women, in general, want a man they can build with. Don't
No.
they? Don't
Women?
Yeah, I hear them say that all the time. Even
This
on the
is the
Kendra G
problem
show.
with that. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of women like that because we just saw two of them. I just played a clip from the build a bandit, I call it, because if a woman has to build a man up, there's something wrong with the man. Don't get me wrong. I think a woman can support a man and make him better, make him a better person, but the building part is a big problem.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, DJ. The times are changing. Ever since the late 70s,
Now you're asking for a woman to be a therapist because that's what building is.
I never said that. I was just saying from a standpoint of now.
I know you didn't say that. That's why I said this is, but that's what you're saying. You're saying that women should help men build as far as like build themselves up.
I just think that the times have changed where now, in order, it's very rare. It does still happen, but it's very rare a family unit can survive on one income anymore. Thanks, ever since the 70s, thanks to inflation.
That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that.
We're not what we're talking about.
No, we're talking, that's what you're saying is 50-50. Building a man means like there's something wrong with the guy.
But it isn't not
No,
necessarily
they're not the
building.
same, man. Wait, let me explain it. Let me explain it because I need to explain it. 50-50 is like she has a little bit of wealth, he has a little bit of wealth. They get married and now they're doing pretty well now because they don't have to pay for 2 houses and 4 cars and
But what are they doing?
stuff.
But what are they doing,
Building a man means that his self-esteem is down. He's barely a bus driver, if that. You know, he might be even unemployed, but if you build him up, he might just be, you know, the right man for you. That's building a man compared to 50-50.
Well, that sounds.
There's a lot of women there's women in different races that do 50-50. She makes $100K, he makes $100K. They're able to buy $1 million house. They get in a better neighborhood. But building a man is different, especially in our community, is a completely different thing. It has nothing to do with finance. It has to do with making a guy who's quite not up to par. Literally being his therapist.
What you call?
But I think I'm sorry, Don. I think it also depends on when she enters the man's life. If you have a woman and she sees a man and he's in his 30s or 40s and he's broken down, not ambitious, not no self-esteem, and she thinks that she can change that, yeah, that's building a man. That's terrible. That's not gonna work. But if she's with the guy from the beginning when he's in his early 20s and he's doing his thing, and anything can happen, climate change, loss of job. We saw what happened during the pandemic with people. There's nothing wrong with the man being down and vulnerable. So we are human beings, you know, and sometimes you need your wife. I mean, that's one of the points, you know what I'm saying, of having somebody like that.
I understand that point of view, and I actually agree with it. But the problem is that the way that these young ladies that were in the clips were describing it is they're literally saying that you should take a broken down, you know, dude who maybe even just got out of prison or whatever.
Oh no, that's not.
I didn't hear that.
I'm a dude. That's what a lot of them think, though.
Yeah, I know some women who think that they can, you know, hang around like, you know, basically jailbirds and try to change them or downtrodden guys. That's why I say when you in your 30s to 40s and older, like when you in your mid 20s and younger, I mean, yeah, maybe then you can be helped, but especially like by an older woman or somebody that's focused. But like I think of like just for example, I think of Ryan Coogler, the guy who directed the Black Panther and Sinners movies. He was a young director. He was doing well, and he had ran into some issues, couldn't get work anywhere, and he was behind on his film school debt, and he didn't have enough money. He was typing scripts on Windows, Microsoft Word, which is very hard to do to get to do all the formatting on his own. And his wife bought him. She saved up and bought him a script writing software, which made the shit 1,000 times easier for him to do. And that's when he wrote the scripts for Fruitvale Station, and that's what got him going into the Creed movie and then obviously Black Panther. So she wasn't building him up like from nothing. He was doing his thing. He just hit a hard time, and she helped him out.
That's not building though. He basically had a talent or skill, and he just needed a little nudge. That's different. That's not building a man up. Building a man up is basically taking somebody who is nobody wants.
Well,
This man had talent. This man had talent.
What you described, DJ, to me sounds more like babysitting a man. I wouldn't, because like building a guy up. I mean, that to me is not a negative thing. I mean,
no,
you build
I
each
agree
other
with
up
you. I agree. It does sound like babysitting, but that's exactly what I mean. Is that basically yes? Some of these men, these women that you just saw, are telling you to babysit men. They're telling you to do that because
I didn't hear them say that.
what they're saying is that you might be the one that might be the one. Well, even Kugler's not a good example because he had a talent, he had a skill, he went. I mean, and Deontay, the fact that he had to pay for he has falling behind on his school bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
It tells you he has a fucking talent. You see what I'm saying? It's just a matter of he might have, his luck might be bad at that moment, but you could see that he's going to make it. You see what I'm saying?
But you have to go through, there's nothing in life that you get too easy. You have to go through adversity, and 99% of the time, you're going to need somebody's help outside of yourself, whether it's a family member, a friend, husband, spouse, teacher, mentor, whoever. So I think that one of the greatest things you can have is your significant partner as that one. I mean, I have a couple of married couples in my family who are doing extremely well with each other, and then I see the ones who just don't believe in, whether it's the men who don't believe in marriage and they wondering why they life jacked up, or the women out here who don't believe in marriage and wonder why they life jacked up. So and when I say jacked up, I mean I see the men and women who both like they got kids outside of wedlock. They still chasing after their baby dad or baby father, and they're not moved on. I'm like, dude, you gotta let this go and grow. Like you had significant people in your life you could have been with.
But as far as our, I guess what I'm saying is this: I want to kind of keep it in frame. The frame we're keeping it in is whether a woman. Let's break it down. Let's get deep into it real quick. Are you guys telling the women to pay a light bill or what?
What do you mean pay a light bill?
I mean, are you telling women to get with men? Sorry, my bad for not saying it clearly. Are you telling women to get with men that can only afford to pay the light bill?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, so we're not talking about, but okay, that's building a man up is where he can only pay the light bill. And you hope.
I agree with that, yeah. But see, that is where I don't really get deep into that whole PickMe thing, because I think that that's really a bunch of women who see a woman who likes being with a man and likes being with a provider, and because that's not what they like.
What being a PickMe is.
I know, but I'm saying a lot of
sugar bum in the house.
So much so where I hear women calling other women pick-me's who are clearly not pick-me's. They just happy that they in a marriage. Like that's it. They can't.
I can give you a good example of a pick-me. A pick-me is another woman who throws women under the bus for approval of a man, and or a woman that puts another woman in harm's way because of a man.
Okay, no, I agree with that. Yes, but I'm talking about
definition. Yeah,
I'm talking about women who are just genuinely happy in a relationship with their husband, and because they say it out loud or post it on the internet, I'm happy. Like, oh, me and my husband celebrating our 5th anniversary, and we just love each other. You get women in the comments like, oh, she gets to pick me, and she ain't really happy, and he probably, and they just start speculating all this negative shit that it could be going. That's not, because that's what's happening with them. That's like how broke people are with rich people. Like, oh, rich people, they're like you don't know what the fuck it's like to even have $300,000 in your account. Let alone.
Okay, let me pause everything for a minute. Let's play this clip here. Here we go.
Rumor going around about cooking with Kaya, and it's got the internet making wild assumptions. Her trip to Dubai.
I think I slept the most in Dubai. But what did I do? I got on 2 yachts in Dubai.
I was second guessing making this video, but look at these comments. Why is she getting these comments after a regular trip to Dubai? Went to Dubai and didn't take any pics or vids. 2 dookie sessions. For sure getting that Dubai chocolate for $250K.
Wait, let me go back here for 1 second.
I was second guessing making this video, but look at these comments. Why is she getting these comments after a regular trip to Dubai? Went to Dubai and didn't take any pics or vids.
Okay. Let me pause that for 1 second. Sugar Mom says, sounds like settling as far as referring to building as Cynthia G would say, building a bandit. Just being happy to have a man reads desperate as F. Angela Reddick says, if he doesn't want a strong, intelligent, and incapable woman equally as valuable as him, you don't want a relationship or marriage with him. Bars. Build a guy equals savior, a bum, dusty. Yep. Equals saver, a bum, dusty. Yep. Save a bum, a dusty. Yep. 50-50 equals two more or less equally yoked mates. They're gaslighting her. Yep. This is a funny thing. This is what caught my attention. This is Cooking with Kaya, right? And you heard about how they tore her down. Now, look, the funny thing is this. It's not she's not a feminist by any stretch of the words, right? In fact, everybody labeled her a pick-me, including the pick-me crowd, the red pill, everybody pick me because, Cooking with Kaya, I can steal your man and all that kind of shit, right? So, she gets all this smoke because she accidentally complained about some dude that she let stay with her that wasn't her boyfriend, but she let dude stay with her because he in my opinion was homosexual, right? And he took ownership of her. And what I mean is that he didn't care what she said or what boundaries she set, even though he was gaining way more than she was gaining out of it. He was getting a place to stay, free food, free room and board, and because he moved there because he told her he didn't have shit. So anyway, that shit went. Even though this guy was a bandit, all of those motherfuckers took his side. Her fans took his side. So she went, incognito.
It's funny because I was trying.
Wait, let me finish. She went incognito. She hid. She says, something, let things chill out. Exactly what a normal person would do. Probably said, something, let me shoot over to Dubai. I got a little bit of savings and shit. She shoots to Dubai, and these bandits came out of the woodwork. Went to Dubai, this is what one dude said, went to Dubai and didn't take any pics or vids. Like these niggas own her. This shit is dangerous. Where men don't even understand a person taking their own personal time. This is really scary because think about it. If they do this to a woman, they don't even know. What are they doing to women that they really think they own? Why should these men care what she's doing with her personal? They don't own her. She's not even on the same team I'm on. I'm on team feminism. I think women need more protection and everything. She's on team pick me. But when it gets to a point where a woman can't even go on a trip on her own time with her own money without speculation, I'm worried about her, but I'm worried about other black women because what in the fuck are they putting up with? If these men are taking ownership over a woman they don't even fucking know. What are they doing with women in their lives that they think they own? They haven't done shit for this woman. Listen to Black Baller again. Went to Dubai, didn't take any pics or vids. Exactly. Can take selfies and of food in bikinis, etc. But no, go to the richest country and not take one because she wasn't allowed to filthy money rules. All of a sudden, they're painting her as a 304. I'm not even on her team. I don't like her or hate her. I'm not on her team. This is how they're supposed to be. These are her supporters. These are her supporters doing this to her. These are men that they would love to be with her. And they treat her like shit. They're basically calling her a 304. What the fuck?
And the sad part was those were the same dudes that bashed other women for talking about Kaya, and now that Kaya allegedly got caught cheating on her boyfriend or whatever, that's what they turned against her.
Yeah,
But that's the funny thing.
Really can't make
That's the funny thing. She wasn't caught cheating. Some dude slapped her butt, and that was it.
But that's how they see it.
Right.
Yep.
Good point.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Like people, fans typically have short attention spans sometimes. So it's like 1 minute, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then the next, this person's, a fraud. Hell, technically, I guess you could say I did the same thing to Fresh and Fit. I guess,
That's just crazy. I mean, it's different if you have, like, you're saying to yourself, I really wish, that, she was around longer, because I really liked her shows. That's different. But to be like speculating because she went off the grid, that she's now a pro. And like, yeah, exactly. Okay, someone slapped her butt, and men see that as cheating. Yes, they did. Let me play a little bit more. Here we go.
It's 2 dookie sessions. For sure getting that Dubai chocolate for $250K.
And tell me why I seen a tweet of saying like cooking with Kanye been in Dubai for more than 2 weeks. I ain't know the Dubai billionaires got to her. I ain't know the Dubai billionaires got the Dubai. I thought it was like an NFL player, probably like a linebacker from the Falcons or like, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't know the Dubai billionaires got to her. Nah, they dead dropping deuces on her chest.
Now you guys understand. This dude has no idea what she was doing in Dubai. Has none. He just made that whole shit up. Painted her as a 304.
Yeah, he just assumed and speculated without having no proof or evidence. He just took what he learned and saw from a lot of other sexual influencers on the internet do when they get out there and go viral. And I figured she was doing it too. I mean, it's not. I don't know nothing about cooking with Kyra that much. I know that I seen some of her videos went super stupid viral, like millions of views of her twerking in little bikini shorts in the kitchen. and that's going to attract a lot of people. But what I want to know is, just since we're talking about it, did she really go by herself?
She probably, who knows? I mean, you would think that after everything she went through, she might have, but the thing is that's really not our business. I mean, if she was like, oh yeah, everybody, I'm going to, Dubai and all this kind of shit, that might be, if I'm not saying that she still doesn't have the right to have a private trip, but at least you'd be curious. She just went and didn't tell anybody until she got back.
That's
how you do it.
What I'm saying is that's a specific type, and I'm just playing the devil advocate here and being objective, because when you look at it from the top down objectively, a lot of internet female sexual influencers, right? Because that's what she was cooking, but she was selling sex too. These guys over there watch that stuff, and they will pay for them to come over and do their thing with them in their country. The rich people in Dubai are like the passport bros of America times a million. Like, instead of flying to America and meeting with these girls, they got the money. They fly the girls out to them, show them a good time, spoil the shit out of them, pay them a lot of good money, and do whatever it is that they do.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
What business would that be of theirs, even if she was doing that?
Oh, none. But it's the entertainment factor, though. When you put yourself out in the world in any way, you now open yourself up for people to want to know more about you publicly. If that was the case, we wouldn't give a shit about none of our athletes or entertainers' lives. All we would care about is just Michael Jackson's music. We wouldn't care about his kids, his feelings. All we would care about is just LeBron playing basketball. We wouldn't care about what kind of car he drives or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody.
Sort of. Let me play a little bit more of this. Here we go.
No, they damn mildew on her chest. Be back in 2 weeks. Who the f go to Dubai for over 2 weeks, my nigga?
Welcome back to the Unemployed Network. Now, if you don't know, or if you haven't caught on anything.
So basically it's like this. I guess my point is this. I think we got off the thing. If those guys are her fans and they were loving her and spitting all over other women because of her and everything like that, and now they're painting her as a 304. I mean, to me, it shows you the type of men that are out there that are so effed up over sex that they can't even, all they thought it's like, are these incels or what? I mean, it's like, why would you, I mean, if Kaya, I forgot all about Kaya until this came up. I forgot all about her. And I did a show on her, about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? I wasn't looking for her ass in Dubai and shit. Why are these dudes like, see, these are the exact type of dudes that women need to avoid. Because if they are this obsessed with Kaya to the point, and I understand that she shakes her booty a little bit here and there, right? But if they're so obsessed with her like this, where they're like making up these stories about not only why she went to Dubai, but how she's getting it in Dubai, and it's nasty, it tells you a lot about these dudes, how nasty they think. That's gross. Exactly, Angela. Angela says, Kaya's not even a whole person to those jerks. there's probably white people that give this woman more respect than these men do. That's the sad part. That's the point. That's the point I've been trying to make, is that these men are getting so bad. What they are treating their own women like they're nothing. Like they're like a sex toy. Except it's virtual. Now, if Kaya was on like OnlyFans and shit, you could make an argument. You guys could do the devil's advocate. But she shakes her booty for maybe what? 10 seconds, maybe. No, more like 5. And all of a sudden, if she goes to Dubai, she's a 304. Miss Alto, pure hypocrisy. Bars. Kaya is too young, too. Yep. And the funny thing is that, who's going to, get hurt the worst are these niggas, because they're going to go out there thinking they can do this to other women and find out they can't.
Or they go fuck around and find out and wind up on somebody's t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But think about it. Kaya is about as far as you can get. These guys they will never, ever, ever, ever see Kaya in person, these men. And they kind of know that. The women I'm worried about are the ones in striking distance of these dudes. Because maybe they're making this magic up in their minds and making it, oh, wow, she over there, she want me. Oh, yeah, so I bet she loves, and starts saying all that stuff they were saying about Kaya, about some other woman. They start walking up to a woman and they get the word no, and guess what? We got problems. If they put that much energy into being a doctor, a scientist, a computer engineer, cybersecurity, something, they'd be successful. I guarantee you these men would be successful. They worried about Kaya, not their own careers. This dude right here literally having busting a nut over Kaya, over his little, what do you want to call it? Scenario he made of Kaya in his own mind. I want to hear one.
I know the Dubai billionaires got the Dubai car. I thought it was like an NFL player, probably like a linebacker from the Falcons, or like, you know what I'm saying? But I know the Dubai billionaires got the, they dead dropping deuces on her chest. No, they.
The fuck?
Damn mildew on her chest. Be back in 2 weeks. Who the fuck go to Dubai for over?
Who goes to Dubai? This dude just said, who goes to Dubai for over 2 weeks? I don't know. Rich people? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think rich people do.
Yeah, you already know what I said to DJ, because, like, look, I don't know nothing about Kaya's finances. I don't know how much money she makes. I'm sure she makes, a pretty decent amount on her online, but
Let me check it out. Let me see what her finances are like.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for 2 weeks just to be chilling. Like, that makes me even more thinking like somebody was. And guess what? So what? Even if somebody was paying for her to come over there,
right?
Like, like, I don't think it's a big deal like that. But they take that whole, using the bathroom on the girl's chest thing, they take that too far. Like every single man over in Dubai is trying to do that. No, like I hope not, but whatever. But yeah,
that's what he wants to do. He's probably projecting.
Yeah, because he's talking about that shit a lot. But it's like, look, Kaya's a good looking girl. She do her thing. I know I've been around guys before that were making some pretty good money, even millionaires, athletes. They pay for women all the time to go on trips, and so regardless of what they might say on social media, these bitches ain't nothing but hoes. They will spend money on these girls. I'm talking about they taking them out for shopping, clothes, jewelry, shoes, expensive restaurants, hotels, all of this stuff. Like they overpaying for the vagina, in my opinion, sometimes. But at the same time, when you got it, you got it. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with a female doing that with a man if he willing to spend it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a man doing it with a chick if he willing to spend it.
Yeah, Angela says this: our own men love to S on us on a daily basis. They have the audacity to wonder why we don't want them or want to stay with them. Bars. So remember that I'm going to tail this back over to divorce. And we have this weird dude right here. Let's say he got married. You can see why somebody would divorce him, right? They might give him a chance. He might be able to be nice for a year or two. Then all of a sudden he's talking about pooping on women's chests, and it's time to leave.
I just want to say, DJ, to all the ladies out there, y'all might disagree with everything I'm saying, but one thing is, if your man is trying to take a shit on you, you should divorce him. I co-sign that. Like,
yeah.
So,
Yes.
like, yeah.
I'm glad we agree on that. You know.
For 2 weeks, my nigga. Welcome back to the Unemployed Network.
Let's see. I don't want to. Let's see what some other dude said.
Yeah, this will all make sense. Her content began as cooking videos with a twist. She dances in a skimpy outfits. A lot of women did not find it fun or funny. They branded her up.
Really, quite honestly, I really didn't see her in that many skimpy outfits. She had on like pajamas. They were tight fitting or something, right? But they weren't skimpy. Skimping to me is like a bikini or something.
PickMe girl accusing Kaya of seeking male approval at the expense of other women. To them, her flirty steal your man thing was whack, that they didn't get the hype, and even insulted her looks, implying she wasn't even a
I didn't see that many women doing that. I didn't see, I got a women's channel, and I didn't see anybody coming in here saying, cooking is Kaya is just getting on my last nerves. I never saw that. I think it's the same hype that dudes give when they say, "Oh yeah, we passport bros. These women are talking about us," when nobody's really talking about them. Tab, what we say? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That girl they showing on the screen right now, I follow her on TikTok, and that girl is so flippy floppy with what she talk about. She do talk about other people, but she do talk about a lot of women too, but that girl is flippy floppy.
Yeah, she's like, one day she's BWE and the next day she's red pill as AF. Yep.
Yeah, she is like that. Yeah, she back and forth. She don't know what side she wants. It's whatever's convenient for the day for her.
Right. Right.
Attractive enough to warrant all this attention.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Hold on. I'm starting on TikTok. I see this girl. No, I apologize. I see this beautiful black woman. You feel me? Her name was Cooking with Kai, Cooking with Kia. I think it was Kai. If I said it wrong, I apologize. But just so you know, I cook, I clean. I'm looking for marriage. You feel me? It's like I don't even eat meat, my baby. Like I'm on my mind on the spiritual being level. Like I'm ready to elevate. Like when I say I seen this girl throw down so many meals, and she always say, "Go cook for your man before I cook for him." Like, oh, like bro, the last female I was messing with, the bitch couldn't make noodles. She couldn't make a Pop-Tart. Like, how can you not make a Pop-Tart? You take out the wrapper, you just give it to me. How can you do that? handing my shit all crumbly and shit. Hey, listen, cooking with Kai, like, I'm from Miami, you feel me? Like, y'all always say, oh, you're in Miami, you got all the women there. No, I'm in Miami, I got all the wannabe city girls. I got all the 304s. Oh, be the Kais. Where is she from? I want her. Where is she?
Where is he there? Look at these what these dudes are saying. Let's see right here.
Was not amused. Apparently, he was watching from his hotel, so the ex-boyfriend or Zabron.
Yeah, here's that part.
During an after-hours club, I think it was Quan. Yeah, Quan. Content creator smacked Kaya's ass. The clip went viral, and Kaya's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend was not amused. Apparently, he was watching from his hotel, so the ex-boyfriend or Zabron, that's how you say his name, he went on Twitter
and that's the funny thing. Why are they calling him a boyfriend? He would never have a boyfriend. She made that clear. They got mad at her for that. They got mad for not claiming him. That's the weird thing.
Said, damn, I'm waiting for my girl and she at the club getting her ass slapped live in front of 50K people. And then he said, never trust no bid, y'all. Learn from me. Essentially, he accused.
I don't know what to say, y'all. I mean, she never claimed, dude. He still stayed. He could have left. I mean, and I mean, he sounds like DDG, this dude. DDG was the same way when his woman didn't do exactly what he wanted and she claimed him. He turned around and called her a B too. It's like these guys, they for some reason they get this toxic ownership vibe going on. And it's weird. It doesn't matter that the woman has her own. These dudes were staying with her, I don't know what to say.
Kaya of disrespecting him for the sake of content, I guess. This outburst sparked yet another debate. Some thought Zabron embarrassed her by overreacting publicly, while others argued Kaya invited the disrespect by dancing provocatively on stream. Let's do a little compilation of this situation, shall we?
And again, remember, y'all, look, if the woman invited me to stay at her house for a while, right? And we aren't in anything, popping. There was no commitment. In fact, she made it clear that there was no commitment. I have the option to just walk right out the door or stay there, knowing that she's single. Now, my situation looks good because think about it. I'm at Kaya's house or whatever, right? So I know she's coming back home and she wants me there. So there's a pretty good chance that, we gonna be together for a minute. It might not be for forever, or it's not like we're in a relationship, but two grown adults can hang out with each other, should be able to do that without overthinking. So he knows that she shakes her butt. Probably how he met her. She says cooking with Kaya, and then she shakes her butt. She was doing the same thing at the club, and some dude slapped her butt while I was doing that. They weren't doing a doggy style dance or nothing like that. He just slapped her butt. She didn't grab his hand and slap her butt with his hand. He inadvertently did it. Instead of this greasy bandit setting the other bandit straight, Quan, he fucks with Kaya. This is beyond Kaya. This is like Usually if a dude slaps your woman's butt, you go after dude. Now you see these niggas love each other because he gave smoke to Kaya, not where it should have been. Kaya was just doing what she always do. Exactly, Bridget. That's a coward. Because he knew where the smoke was with Quan. Quan was the one who slapped her butt. Her butt didn't slap Quan's hands. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Kaya fan. I'm not up here going, Kaya. I'm like, is this how these dudes behave? Where they cannot even put the energy where it belongs. I'll let y'all. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
So I would just wanted to say these guys are both scary looking dudes. And I would have my weapon clenched very closely if I was in a in a narrow alleyway with either of these dudes. Like, look at this guy, this light can do it. He look crazy.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
He's got them creepy eyes.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I hope she got him out of her house.
Yeah, for real. Like he looks like he's about to do something dangerous. Like, DJ, any crazy DV assumptions you want to make on this dude, I'm 100% with you. Cause he looks like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with these guys, man. Like, I mean, it is extreme jealousy, man. Like that's possessive right there. You can't get mad at your girl that another guy put his hands on her and she didn't know, like she didn't intend on this to happen. Like, and what was she supposed to do?
Right.
Like she could have jumped on him, beat him up, and got her ass beat, or got kicked out the club, or like that's an embarrassing situation. I think for women, if a man does that, like, and she doesn't have anybody there with her to directly, protect or react to the situation,
Right.
So I do feel bad for her in that case, because she's just trying to have a good time, man. But you got to be careful out here, though, because when you put yourself out here, when guys see you on the internet twerking and dancing and all that stuff, and they see you in public, they just going to assume that that's what your whole life is about. So why wouldn't she mind me touching her body like that? That's probably what dude was thinking. He was wrong, but it might have been what he was thinking.
Right. Anyway, guys, any last words for tonight?
Yeah, DJ, I just want to say thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. And yeah, by the way, I'm sorry I missed that. You had a real good episode. I had to catch the replay. I missed it, but I had to catch the replay. That conspicuous consumption. That was a damn good episode. I just wanted to make sure I told you that.
Oh, thanks. We're gonna have a part 2 for sure.
Oh wow, yeah, I'll definitely. I'm not going to miss that one. I'll tell you that, especially if it's going to be as good as the first one.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it's important for us to be. You can't teach people and you can't make people save money, but at least maybe from time to time, I can at least make people aware that, okay, if you're spending this money, that may not serve you well, So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, DJ, same thing, man. I just want to say thanks for having me up. I see you got a bunch of different shows lined up. I missed one too the other day. I can't remember which one. I was actually on the phone with my sister. I haven't talked to her in a few weeks, and I saw you went live, and I was like, "Oh, DJ live right now," but I had to talk to my sister about some few things, man.
No, family come first. Family come first.
Oh yeah. She's doing her thing. She's actually going to get her PhD in December.
Oh,
She's ready,
there we
so
go.
doing her
I'm a
thing, man.
PhD.
Yeah, I'm a yeah. So it's crazy because her husband, he's got 2 masters. No, he got a bachelor's and a master, and she's got a bachelor's master. Now she's getting her PhD. So they doing pretty well with each other.
Yes, I would say so.
Oh yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Oh yeah, thanks.
And I would say thanks for having me. And tonight's show was actually very interesting.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got a cool, cool crew behind me, bringing the content. I'm pretty much just press and play. Sometimes I get shocked too, because sometimes I don't even, I don't have time to look at it, right? I'll be putting up there, you see me getting animated sometimes. That's because it's the first time I saw this shit. And I was able, and I'm shocked. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we want to bring you some more though. We got some more for you, for everybody. But again, thanks everyone for coming through. That's Darnell. That's Deontay. That's Tev on stage. And it's time for me to hit that beat. Made by the one, the only Ghost. Here we go.
Love goes around. Round and round and round it goes. Love goes around.
All right. Kick it.
DJ Torch. And friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah.
About to go down.
Round and around and around. Yeah. When love goes around, it comes around. It comes
Miss
around.
Alto.
Can't stop it. When love goes around, it comes
Angela
around.
Reddick.
Here it goes. Yeah.
Bridget.
DJ Torch. It's about to go
Sugar Bomb. Good seeing you again, Sugar Bomb.
Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down.
Takaya.
It's about to go down. Yeah.
Damn.
Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes
Hendrik
round.
Cole. Indiana Mom.
Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around,
Mrs. Flozar.
love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through.
Don't forget to check for the next show. This will be on replay, this live stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you. DJ Torch and friends, round and round and round.
Ladies and gentlemen,
love goes around.
have a good Saturday Halloween night.